There's a line between a rapper's persona and their actual life. Many aspiring artists intentionally project a larger-than-life image to attract attention and build a brand, but it's essential to separate the real world from the stage. In the realm of rap music, artists often create personas that captivate audiences and leave a lasting impression. But what actually lies beneath these carefully crafted personas will make you second-guess yourself when glorifying the rapper lifestyle. Today, we'll explore the contrast between the public image and the reality behind the scenes. As fans, we often associate instant wealth and success with rap music. But the truth is, the industry can be brutal financially, especially for emerging and independent artists. Many rappers struggle with substantial debts and financial burdens behind the scenes. For many new and aspiring artists, the journey starts with limited financial resources. They face the uphill battle of investing in quality production, studio time, and marketing efforts to gain recognition. The pressure to make ends meet while pursuing their passion can be overwhelming, while also having to deal with the dreaded thought of failing in their goal and the wasted money being all for nothing. Rappers are often expected to showcase a luxurious lifestyle as a symbol of their success and status. The pressure to flaunt expensive cars, designer clothes, and exotic vacations can be overwhelming. Unfortunately for the artist, this image helps to create a perception of achievement and credibility, which oftentimes turns into an integral part of their public persona. Social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter have become powerful tools for self-promotion. Rappers frequently show off their money, expensive possessions, and lavish experiences to maintain relevance and attract a larger following. Rappers also experience fluctuating income streams, especially during the early stages of their careers. They rely heavily on live performances, merchandise sales, and streaming revenue, which can be inconsistent, and if the artist isn't getting that same buzz around their name like they used to, they probably won't see any money at all. The reason why rappers have to rely on these factors are usually due to the fact that labels can many times exploit rappers' innocence when it comes to the business aspect of the industry, and can make them unknowingly accept 360 deals, which can leave artists with no money or in crippling debt. Rappers oftentimes face the dilemma of balancing authenticity with the expectations of their audience. While staying true to their own experiences and roots is essential, there is a constant pressure to portray a glamorous lifestyle that aligns with the image they've put out for themselves. They also often succumb to the constant exposure to the extravagant lives of other rappers and celebrities, which can breed comparison and feelings of inadequacy. It's easy for artists to fall into a cycle of trying to outdo one another, leading to heightened insecurity and a never-ending pursuit of validation. Maintaining a lavish lifestyle can lead to significant financial burdens, especially for emerging artists. The pressure to keep up appearances can result in overspending, debt, and financial instability, and the need to constantly impress their audience can become financially overwhelming for the artists. For many aspiring artists, signing with a major record label can be a crowning achievement in their life, but more often than not, the experience was never anything they would have expected. Signing with a record label often means surrendering a certain level of creative control. Rappers may find themselves pressured to conform to industry trends and compromising their artistic vision to fit the label's commercial interests. Record labels exert control over an artist's creative decisions, meaning the rapper has no control whatsoever over their song selection, album release dates, and collaborations. Labels often have a say in which songs make it onto an artist's album, and typically also have the final say regarding an artist's album release date. Many artists face the burden of bad contracts, which can be riddled with unfair royalty splits, long-term commitments, and excessive control over an artist's career. These contracts can leave rappers feeling trapped and financially exploited. Labels may require artists to seek their approval for various aspects of their work, including songwriting, album artwork, and promotional materials. This gives the label the power to veto or request changes to ensure their commercial interests are met.
Yeah, so
they will try to control like the type of music you made.
Nah, they controlling the music, period. They controlling you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You sign an option deal. An option is like 2 years. So an album is an option. So you sign 5. So you say typically an artist, the labels, you sign like a 5 to 10 option deal. They got you for life. Mm. Then they got to approve of the music that you make. So you think like, all right, I signed for 5 options. I'll just make the music. No, they just want to prove it. Mm. The label got to clear the music. They got to say, okay, we accept you turning this in. So you make an album. No, we don't want this. Mm. It's like a mindfuck. What? I made the song. Nah, we
made
don't want
like
this.
20 albums and they don't want it.
Record labels are also responsible for marketing and promoting an artist's music. They have control over promotional strategies, media appearances, tour schedules, and overall brand management, which evidently allows the label to dictate how an artist is presented to the public to maximize commercial success. Contracts outline the financial arrangements between artists and labels, including royalty rates, advances, and recoupment. Labels invest significant resources in the artist's career and expect to recoup these investments through sales and other revenue streams. Legal obligations within record label contracts can restrict artists from releasing music independently or collaborating with other artists outside of the label's roster. Label contracts typically grant the label exclusive rights to the artist's recorded music. This means the artist cannot release music independently without the label's consent. Label politics often involve a lack of transparency, making it challenging for artists to fully comprehend the details and implications of their contracts. This lack of information can lead to unexpected financial burdens and limited avenues for recourse. Some labels prioritize profit over the well-being of their artists, exploiting them financially through unfair advances, high recoupable expenses, and delayed royalty payments. Rappers may find themselves trapped in a cycle of debt, struggling to make ends meet.
Reversal, you know what I'm saying? And my attorney, Bernie Resnick, if you need a good attorney, was trying to help me explain the idea of the clearing of the debt. Because I think UGK is still at least over $2 million in the red with that label.
With Sony.
With Sony.
How? After all of these streams and all of this time, they still pulling
because
that
it's built on a percentage. It's not built. This thing is never built about how much money your art makes. It's about how much money you make of what your art makes. So with us having a 15% deal, right?
Yeah.
That 15% has never gotten close
to paying back all the money.
Back the debt. That whereas their 85%, they profit very easily.
Yeah.
Right.
But we signed for this. You get paid that. Don't matter what that bitch sells. So if you put out an album, you sign it.
Yeah.
If you sign for 10% and your album sell 1 million records, your 10% is 100,000. Theirs is 900. So they done made their money back from you, but you still owe them money because you probably took an advance. You shot videos. You had to record an album.
Yeah.
So you owe them $550. That's on the low side.
Good.
You made 100,000.
Yeah.
Right. But the album generated 900,000, but your share is only 100,000. So you still owe me 350, my nigga.
Labels earn income from royalties, which are a percentage of the revenue generated by an artist's music. This includes royalties from sales, streaming platforms, radio airplay, synchronization licenses for TV and film, and more. Labels negotiate deals and licensing agreements to maximize their share of these royalties. Labels often have interests in an artist's touring, merchandise revenues, and endorsements as well. Artistic integrity can clash with the pressure for commercial success imposed by labels. Rappers may face difficult decisions regarding the direction of their music and the balance between staying true to their artistry and meeting label expectations. There have been instances where record labels have pressured rappers to modify their style, lyrics, or appearance to conform to mainstream expectations. Like when Tupac faced pressure from his label to produce more commercially viable music. This led to the release of more radio-friendly songs, which contrasted with his earlier politically charged and socially conscious material. However, Tupac's artistic integrity remained intact, as he continued to address meaningful topics in his lyrics. The focus on commercial success can impact an artist's ability to experiment creatively or explore other genres. Labels are generally risk-averse since they invest significant resources in artists' careers. They may be hesitant to support experimental or niche projects that deviate from proven commercial formulas. They also influence an artist's image and brand, aligning them with marketable trends and mainstream aesthetics. This can narrow the scope of an artist's creative expression, restricting their ability to experiment with different genres or styles that don't fit with their prescribed image. There have also been instances where record labels have rejected songs or entire albums that didn't align with their commercial objectives. For example, Lupe Fiasco's album Lasers faced significant label interference, with conflicts arising over the album's content and direction. The label pushed for more commercially friendly songs, leading to compromises that clashed with Lupe's artistic vision and resulted in a mixed critical response. Behind closed doors, rappers face unique mental health challenges. The pressure to maintain a tough image and fulfill fan expectations can lead to anxiety, depression, and substance abuse. Although rappers are often perceived as tough, confident, and invincible, this image can create a barrier for them to openly express their vulnerabilities and seek help. Rappers oftentimes face immense pressure to constantly produce hit songs, maintain a public persona, and stay relevant in a highly competitive industry. This pressure can lead to stress, anxiety, and sometimes even depression. Fame is another factor that can cause mental fatigue to an artist. While fame comes with its perks, it also brings a host of challenges. The sudden spotlight, constant scrutiny, and invasion of privacy can take a toll on an artist's mental well-being. The struggle to balance personal life and public image can be overwhelming. To cope with their emotions, rappers often use their art to share their struggles and connect with their audience. The act of writing lyrics and performing can serve as a therapeutic outlet, allowing them to process their experiences.
I think I grew out of liking music, like the love for it. But it's therapy. It's the only way I can express myself. And as I sit down behind the mic and just let things flow out of my mouth, I feel relieved.
But unfortunately, many rappers turn to substance abuse instead, as a way to cope with the pressures they face. There have also been many artists that have unfortunately lost their lives due to substance abuse, and over the years it has become a concerning trend that highlights the need for better support systems within the industry and accessible mental health resources. Social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter have become a window into the lives of artists. However, it's crucial to remember that what we see is often carefully put together and doesn't reflect the entirety of their reality. Behind the scenes, rappers may face financial challenges, personal struggles, or even mental health issues. Rappers face a barrage of online criticism, ranging from constructive feedback to outright trolling and hate. The constant exposure to negativity can take a toll on their mental well-being and self-esteem, making it challenging to navigate the online space with confidence. Social media blurs the line between an artist's public and private life. Rappers must find a balance between connecting with their fans and maintaining personal boundaries. It can be challenging to navigate the expectations of sharing personal moments while also preserving their privacy. The pressure to maintain a luxurious persona can take a toll on an artist's mental well-being. The constant need to prove oneself, deal with online criticism, and manage the fear of being exposed can lead to anxiety, depression, and feelings of inadequacy.